Hey guys, if you're thinking about buying a house in Charlotte, North Carolina, I want you to pay very close attention to what I'm going to share with you today. There are some big changes taking place right here in Charlotte that could have a huge impact on your home buying decision, and we're going to break it all down right now. And welcome back. Hey guys, if you're new to the channel and we have not met yet, my name is Brian Taylor and I'm the owner of Dreamline Realty right here in Charlotte. And I'm hanging out today at Frank List Park in Concord, North Carolina, which is on the northeastern side of Charlotte. If you ever get up this way, you got to check this place out. It is a huge park. We've got tennis courts over here. I'm actually standing on the edge of the disc golf course. But the purpose of this video is not to show you around the park, but to let you know, guys, that there is some really interesting things happening here in Charlotte that I want you guys to be aware of if you're thinking about purchasing a house in the very near future. But before we get there, let's set the stage and take a look at some recent headlines that are happening right now around the country. And then we're going to circle back at the end and I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm talking about. So let's jump right in. So this morning, this article was released by Fortune and it reads, "Housing market correction is running on fumes." As Case-Shiller reports, the first U.S. home price uptick since June. It goes on to say that U.S. home prices rose 0.15% between January and February. This month-over-month national home price uptick comes after national prices had declined every month between June of 2022 and January of 2023. Now, one thing I don't necessarily care about the Case-Shiller index is that it lags months in data. So what is actually happening now in real time is often a little bit different than what is shown in those reports. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean here in just a second. But let's get to the article and continue reading on. It continues saying that the housing correction that was spurred last summer by spiked mortgage rates is clearly losing steam. New home sales are rising again, mortgage purchase applications have bottomed, and now we're once again seeing national house prices inch up. It also boils down to housing affordability and supply. On the housing affordability front, things improved entering 2023 as mortgage rates slipped below 7%. Meanwhile, the lack of inventory has acted as a floor, preventing steeper declines in prices. It says, keep in mind, when an index like Case-Shiller says U.S. home prices, it's referring to the national aggregate. On a regional level, this story continues to vary. Among the 20 major markets individually tracked by Case-Shiller, 11 markets posted a month-over-month increase in February. That includes eastern markets like Cleveland, Charlotte, and Washington, D.C. And before we dive into Charlotte specifically and the message that I have for you today, Realtor.com also reported this morning that new home sales climbed 9.6% in March. It says new home sales increased again in March, ticking up 9.6 percentage points from February's revised rate to an annual pace of 683,000 new home sales. The median new home sales price increased, reaching $449,800, which is 3.2% higher than last March. And it goes on to say that buyers continue to face a challenging housing market. Elevated interest rates and still high prices mean many buyers cannot afford to participate in the market. Home sellers are hesitant to give up their low mortgage rate and purchase at today's higher rate, leading to less home inventory. And finally, more than 3/4 of sellers surveyed recently felt locked in by their current mortgage rate. And as a result, many sellers are choosing not to list their home for sale, and many buyers have turned to new homes. Builder sentiment climbed for the 4th month in a row in April, as many buyers turn to new construction to find the right home at the right price. So guys, this leads me to my message for you today, and please comment below and let me know what you're thinking as I talk about this topic. So typically in the spring market, we see a nice increase in new listings, which creates more choices for buyers and reduces the pressure on home prices. But right now we are seeing the exact opposite thing happening right now in Charlotte, which is causing a lot of issues. And as the article just mentioned, sellers are not willing to sell and give up their 3% fixed rate in exchange for buying a new home with a 6.5% rate. So inventory remains extremely tight. And at the same time, guys, buyer demand is very strong. So not only do we have an influx of people moving to Charlotte, but there are a lot of buyers that we're talking to that simply want to buy a house, or they're renting and they have leases coming due, so they're exploring the idea of buying a home versus renewing their lease because it's ending and absorbing an increased rent payment from their lovely landlord that's going to jack up their rent. And when you mix those two variables together, it creates an environment where supply and demand simply just promotes multiple offers, which is exactly what we're seeing right now. So for a while, guys, multiple offers had gone away, but right now at times it feels like 2021 all over again. For the nice properties in the best locations, you're gonna need to expect multiple offers. And not only that, but people are back to paying super high due diligence fees too. And guys, I don't see this changing anytime soon. And because inventory is so tight and buyers are willing to buy, we are seeing home prices starting to rise again. And the new construction scene, guys, in Charlotte is absolutely crazy as well. Almost every builder has people coming and going, and we're seeing wait lists for lots again, highest and best offers on new lot releases. And builders are raising their prices by $3,000, $5,000, or even more every time they sell 2 or 3 houses. And I know there's a lot of buyers watching this video right now that are not happy with this news that I'm telling you guys, but it seems right now that people who can afford to buy are doing so regardless of what's happening with these interest rates. Now, I'm in no way at all saying that right now is the absolute best time to buy a house. I'm just saying that by looking at the data and the trends and trying to be your advocate and your friend, if you're waiting for prices to come down in Charlotte, you may have missed the boat on that. That's all I'm saying. And let's take a look at some data from Canopy MLS for March, and I'll show you exactly why I say that. And guys, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe right away so you can stay connected to the channel so we can track this moving market together. Okay, so check this out. The median sales price in March in Charlotte was $368,500, which was an increase from February's number of $355,000. And look at this, the average sales price was $442,628, which was also an increase from February's number at $421,847. And quite possibly the most bizarre stat is the average list price in March, which was $506,955. Now that's a staggering increase of almost $43,000 from February when we sat at $464,072. So guys, tell me what you guys think. Do you think prices are going to continue to rise in Charlotte? Or do you think a housing crash is still on the table? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And before I wrap this one up, there is a link in the video description below. If you click on that, schedule a Zoom call with me if you need my help in your home search, or if you just want to talk about the market or any questions that you have in general. I am super easy to get a hold of. My phone number and my email is down there below as well. And guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I love bringing you guys these kind of videos. And check out the last video that I did where I'm talking about home sales surging in Charlotte. So thanks for watching, guys. And as always, make it a great day.